All right, students, we're going to talk about effective communication. And I know a lot of you have gone through this before, a lot of you have emailed professors before, but it is important to know how to properly do it. And again, not because we're hoity-toity jerks, but because typically when you email a professor, you are asking for something. You want someone to do something for you. And in order to do that, you have to communicate in a way that demonstrates respect for the person that you are communicating with. And at the same time, shows this kind of conciliatory tone that, makes them want to help you, basically. Bottom line is make professors want to help you. So if you want to make me help you, here is how you're going to effectively communicate with me. All right, so here are some must-haves when you are writing an email to a professor. Okay, you have to have a subject in the subject line. Okay, if I don't see a subject, I don't know what the email is about, I have a lot of other classes, I'm not going to waste my time. If you consider the fraction of a second it takes to write a subject, if you are neglecting to do that, you're not going to take the couple of seconds to write a subject. Why should I take the couple of minutes to read your email and possibly respond? So you need to have a subject. You also need to have a signature. You have to understand that professors have a lot of students. Not only do we have a lot of students, but if you are teaching online classes like I am, you can't always put names to faces. So make sure that you have a signature that has your full name, your student ID number, your email, and an alternate email just in case you don't check your MSJC email that often. You have to have a salutation, something that says good morning, good afternoon, not hey, hello, what's up, none of that, okay? Remember, you're not addressing somebody who is a buddy who you know outside of school or outside of work for personal reasons, okay? You have to show a respect for the institution, essentially, that you are addressing. So good morning, good afternoon, something like that. You have to use academic vernacular. Avoid using contractions. Don't use slang. Speak very plainly, and good gravy, please do not use text lingo. I will not respond if you use text lingo because it just irritates the ever-loving crud out of me and I can't handle it, okay? So make sure you're using vernacular that demonstrates the level that you are at. You are at a college level, so your vernacular, your wording should demonstrate that. You need some kind of pleasant beginning. I hope you are doing well. I hope things are going, even if you don't care how I'm doing, okay? Even if you don't give two craps how whatever professor, if they're having a good day. It doesn't matter. Remember, you are emailing a professor because you want something. You want an answer to a question. You're asking for an extension. You're not going to be in class one day. So you need some kind of pleasant beginning that's going to make me want to help you, okay? Or whoever you're emailing, whether it's in work, whether you're emailing, the administration, whatever. You want someone to want to help you. And that kind of goes hand in hand with a respectful tone. And I'm going to show you guys examples of tones that are not respectful. And remember, in writing, you cannot hear someone's voice, right? You cannot hear how they sound. So you have to word your emails or your correspondence in such a way that makes it so that someone can read your tone without having to hear your voice. We've all sent text messages that sounded way harsher than we intended. Or, we've sent a sarcastic message that someone didn't read as sarcastic because they couldn't hear our voice. So make sure that the words you choose maintains a sign of respect, and not one that can be perceived as being aggressive or angry or something like that. Tell us who you are, please. Again, we have a lot of students. We may not remember who you are. No offense. It's especially online, it becomes very difficult. So who you are, your full name, the section number, the course, and if there's something particular we remember about you. Professor, I'm the one who came to you yesterday and discussed this. I'm the one who had this problem. I'm the one who had this. So refresh our memories so that we're not going back trying to figure out who you are. Then you need a line specifically why you're writing. Get to the point, okay? Professors don't have a lot of time. Let's be real. Who's got a lot of time? Nobody, okay? So you need to get to the point of what you're specifically writing to me about. I'm writing to ask for a missing assignment. I'm writing to tell you I will not be in class. I'm writing to tell you that I had some kind of problem come up and I won't be able to turn in an assignment, whatever. Okay, get to the point of why you're writing. And it should be one sentence, no backstory. We don't need 100 million, pages about what is going on with the situation. Okay, tell me specifically what's going on, and I will decide whether or not I'm going to accommodate that request. An appreciation type sentence. Thank you for taking your time. I appreciate you reading this. Something like that. Remember, you're asking them to do something for you. That is why you're emailing them. So you have to show appreciation for their time. Professors are typically looking at emails not on paid time. They're typically looking at them in the morning while they're drinking their coffee, after they get home from work, whatever. Okay, so typically when emails are read, they're not being paid for that time. So you want to demonstrate appreciation for them taking the time, especially if it's an emergency situation, if it's something that you're freaking out, you're having some problem with Canvas and it needs to be fixed now. If it's an urgent situation, you definitely want to show appreciation because they are going to take their own time to deal with the situation for you. You want to sign off followed by a comma. Regards, best, something like that. Avoid anything too personal. Okay, no sincerely, no, thanks, babe. Okay, none of that. Remember, you're talking to someone typically you don't know outside of school and who has a position of authority. So I always find that regards is the easiest. It's the cleanest. It's something that doesn't necessarily show too much attachment, but also shows that you care. So, play with that, see what works best for you, and still include a sign off followed by a comma, and then your name. And that is where you can typically have your name you could be your nickname or whatever. But remember, your full name has to be in that salutation. All right, so here is an example of an email. So we have a subject line, as you can see, it's regarding an absence on January 27, 2015. Dear Professor Opperman, okay. Dear, use dear, don't use dear. Generally, dear is a term of endearment, so I tend to stick away from it. You could just say Professor Opperman. Here's the thing. Address us with the title. Okay, I know it sounds highfalutin and hoity-toity, but we go to school for a really long time to have the title. Use the title, use it correctly, spell our name correctly. Again, if someone doesn't know how to spell my name correctly, I'm typically not going to answer their email. So, dear Professor Opperman, I hope that your evening is going well. There's a nice sentence. Oh, they hope my evening is going well. Oh, perhaps I will want to help. My name is Sam Carson. I'm registered in your Monday, Wednesday English 101 class from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, telling me specifically who they are, what class they're in. I would include the section number as well, but the time is also good. I'm writing in regards to an upcoming absence that I cannot avoid. I will not be in class on Wednesday, January 26th, and was wondering if I would be able to receive the in-class prompt that I will be missing. Straight to the point, okay? I'm not telling me why they're absent, not telling me the circumstances. I don't need to know any of that. I just need to know that you're going to be missing class, that's it, and that you need this one thing. Okay, I can email you the completed prompt or turn in our next class meeting. I appreciate your attention to this matter and will await your further instructions. Now, this sentence is kind of trickery a little bit. It's saying that you are going to wait for a response, which means you want a response. Okay, I'll await your further instructions. You want your professor to acknowledge that they've read this email. And typically when you're asking for something where you're going to be absent from a class, always have it in writing just in case. Professors, we have a lot on our mind. We don't always remember these things. I tell all of my students I have like a 4-second memory. It's like a goldfish, okay? You always have to send me an email so that you have that backup just in case. So the professor can't be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so make sure that you put something like there in that if you want a response, which you will on something like that. Okay, so I appreciate your attention. Thank you for your time. I'll await further instructions. Regards, okay, and a comma and your name. Okay, and here is what a signature would look like. Student, MSJC, Menifee Campus. Here's my email. I would also include your student ID number in there just to make it easier for us to find information on you. Okay, so this would be a good email. This would be an email that I would respond to, and I would probably give this person, I would definitely give them the things that they're asking for. Okay, here's someone I would not help. So this is somebody who not only did not write a subject, so I don't know who this person is, but they're not giving me a salutation. They're not telling me who they are. Andy? How many Andrews are there? There could be 4, 5, 6 Andrews in a class. I don't know who this is. And I'm not going to take the time to look this up because this person didn't take the time to write me a subject, clearly maybe doesn't even know my name. So just, hello, I will not be in class Wednesday. Will I be missing anything? Teachers and professors absolutely flippin' hate this question. Will I be missing anything? Yes, you will be missing something. You should be in class, okay? Never, ever ask this frickin' question, okay? Will I be missing anything? Because you're going to either get a sarcastic comment or you're just not going to be responded to whatsoever. I would probably respond with a sarcastic comment, just say, yes, you will be, okay? So just be advised that's an annoying question. Don't ask that question. Can you send me what we do in class, please? First of all, I do have the ability to send you something in class. Would you please send me? So, grammatically correct. Let's do that. But, I'm not going to want to send you anything because you clearly didn't take the time to write an email that suggests you need my help. It's basically like saying, oh yeah, can you pick up my dry cleaning on the way home? You're asking me to do something for you in a tone that sounds a little bit entitled, if that makes sense. Okay? So, hey, person who has no name, can you do this important thing for me? And I'm not even going to acknowledge who I am? No. Okay? So this is an email I would not respond to. Now, here's another email I would not respond to. Missing work. Urgent to respond ASAP. It's only urgent to you. It is not urgent to me. Your missing work does not affect me. Believe it or not, I get paid either way, whether or not you turn things in. So, it's not urgent. And 2, don't all caps anybody, okay? You're yelling, okay? Don't yelly word me, all right? So urgent respond ASAP is already going to make me not want to respond to this person, okay? Dear Professor Opperman, that's not bad. Okay, I hope that your evening is going well. That's good. My name is Sam Carson. I am registered with your Monday, Wednesday English 101 class from 5 to 7 p.m. Perfect. This person told me who they are. They're giving me kind of a polite beginning, and now they're going to get to their point. I'm writing because I noticed you gave me a 0 on my last homework assignment, but I turned it in. Did you make a mistake, or was my work actually given no points? If it was not given any points, I would like an explanation for why this is. Thanks for your time. Now, this may not seem too bad, but I'm going to tell you something right now. Insinuating that your 0, it was an accident, first of all, is a little arrogant. Okay, you might have just turned in a very poor assignment and gotten no points. So not only suggesting that it must be a mistake, and kind of saying if it was not going to be points, I would like an explanation for why this is. Nowhere does it say I have to give you an explanation for why you got a 0. So to demand in such a way, so, what is the meaning of this? That's the tone that comes across. Now, that might not be the tone that this person intended. It probably wasn't. However, it comes across in a way that is angry and a little bit demanding. Even though they say thanks for your time, I probably wouldn't respond to something like this. This would irritate me because, one, I also, ask that students go through the rubric before they ask me these questions, that you go through and make sure that you did everything. This is a person who has apparently no idea, but maybe should go and look beforehand. And if you're asked, again, They're asking me to go back and review something I've already graded. So they're asking me kind of for a favor. And this is really not the way to go about it. Again, a lot of the correct points, okay, signature, all that kind of good stuff, a lot of the right things. However, the tone is a problem here. So you, again, want to make sure that you are writing your tone very carefully.